Today is a very big and potentially exciting day for movie fans because 4 years after the downfall and inevitable collapse of the too good to be true movie subscription service called MoviePass, the company is now back under new ownership and they're currently in beta with a whole new model. And I think it'll be really interesting to see how the new MoviePass compares to all the other movie theater subscription services that are out there now. So I figured since there's so many big movies releasing this summer, why don't I make a comprehensive review and ranking of every major movie theater subscription service to see which one's worth the money and which one is best for you depending on your particular situation. I want to note that there are some other more niche ones that are available in particular parts of the country that are not available nationwide, and they're not available where I live in Seattle. So I will not be covering Alamo Season Pass for the Alamo Drafthouse Theaters, Showcase Subscribe for Showcase Cinemas, and any other small or indie movie theater subscription service because I can't give an honest opinion if they're not available where I live. So the 4 that we'll be covering today are MoviePass, which is currently in beta, AMC Stubs A-List, Regal Unlimited, and Cinemark Movie Club. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments, and I would really appreciate a like on this video because I'm spending like $50 to $70 subscribing to each of these services for a month so I can test them out and compare them. So the 4 categories that we'll be ranking them on are price, obviously. What do you get out of each particular tier? If there are different tiers of pricing, like what's the basic thing? Like what do you get with this service? Convenience. So how practical and easy is it to go through the process of reserving tickets for a showtime? Once you get to the theater, how easy is it to redeem your ticket and get to your seat? As well as smaller things like UI and customer support. And the 4th and final metric that we'll use to grade these are perks and rewards. First up, let's start with the elephant in the room, MoviePass. So if you don't know about MoviePass, it's been around since 2011, but it gained popularity in 2017 when it was acquired by a new company and the subscription price was lowered drastically to $9.95 per month. And what was so cool about it is that you could literally go to as many movies as you wanted in any theater. As far as I'm aware, there were no limitations whatsoever, which was pretty insane. It genuinely was too good to be true. And when word got out that it was so cheap and such a good deal, their subscription skyrocketed to over 3 million users, and it very quickly became obvious that this business model was not working. As far as I'm aware, they were losing drastic amounts of money, and eventually the service shut down, and then after that, the company filed for bankruptcy. But in November 2021, MoviePass co-founder Stacy Spikes was approved ownership of the company by a New York bankruptcy court judge. So MoviePass is back. They're going at it with a whole different model, and let's dive in and see if it's worth it. Their tagline and their biggest value prop is the only movie theater subscription that lets you go anywhere. Now, right off the bat, that's a pretty bold and exciting claim that you could really go anywhere in the entire country, because I do like the idea of not being limited to having to be in my home state or having to go to a particular chain. For MoviePass beta, there are currently 4 tiers. Keep in mind, it is a beta, and so these prices are definitely subject to change. But currently, the basic plan is $10 a month, which gives you 1 to 3 movies per month, depending on how many credits you use. We'll talk about the credit system in a moment, but the standard tier, which is the most common option, is $20 a month, and you get between 3 and 7 movies a month with 72 credits per month. The premium tier is $30 a month, and you get between 5 and 11 movies per month with 113 credits. And the pro tier is $40 a month, where you get 30 movies per month, meaning you could go to one every single day. You have 640 credits per month, so you're not going to run out. Like if you wanted to go to one a day, you genuinely could. If you were a super nerd, I don't think you could go to like 2 a day. But let's talk about what you get with MoviePass. You get access to as many movies as your credits allow for. So as I mentioned, MoviePass works on a credit system rather than X number of movies per month. The credit value of a movie is based on showtime, day of the week, and theater location. So think of this as the busier the location or the time, the more credits it's going to cost you to see that movie, which kind of sucks. I really don't like this format. I understand it, and it is a little bit different, so you could be really smart with it and kind of pick which movies you go to at obscure times to save credits, but it's not great. They have this nice little graphic on their website so you can visualize how many credits different things are worth. So for example, Tuesdays are going to be the cheapest, and then weekday matinees, weekday evenings, weekend evenings, and then the most amount of credits will be for opening weekend. And then there's another graphic that gets even more granular with it. So you can see that a weekday afternoon might be 12 credits, a weekend afternoon might be 20, a weekend night would be 30, whereas a weekday matinee would only be 10. So if you play your cards right, you can get more movie tickets out of your monthly fee. This just really sucks for a lot of people because if you work standard hours or you have a family and the only time you can go to see a movie is a Friday night, Saturday night, or Sunday night, you're going to be using substantially more credits than someone who could go at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. So it might be worth it to you, it might not, but let's talk about all the other things that come along with it. So with MoviePass, you do not get to reserve your seats ahead of time on the app, which is a huge L in my opinion. It doesn't even show you a seat map, so you really have no idea how packed it's going to be. You don't know if the only seats available are going to be on the far left or right side or front row. It does not tell you any of that in the app. All it says is your ticket is now reserved. You have 2 hours to get to the theater to redeem your ticket. Once you redeem it, you then pay with the MoviePass debit card, and then you pick your seat in person. But if it's a really popular night, there might not be many options left. And by the time you get there, you're already there. You probably won't want to leave, but you also don't want to sit in a horrible seat. So I personally don't like that you can't reserve your seat in the app, but I really do not like that once you reserve a showtime for a particular time, you have 2 hours to get to the theater and to pay for it. Otherwise, your ticket is automatically forfeited. Now, obviously, that's probably only going to be an issue if it's a opening night for a really popular movie. And honestly, a 2-hour buffer is much better than whatever it was about a week ago, because I had that exact situation happen to me where I requested a ticket to Past Lives, the new A24 movie. The theater was pretty far away, and when I requested the ticket, I don't know for certain because I didn't screenshot it, but I believe it only gave me 45 minutes to redeem it. And I didn't get to the theater in 45 minutes. And I was literally 1 minute late. So then I tried to swipe my card. It got rejected. So then I had to cancel my reservation. Then I had to redo the whole process on my app. And then I had to wait a couple minutes before it finally accepted my card again, and then I got the ticket. There's about 20 minutes of trailers and previews before the actual movie starts. So sometimes you don't want to get there right at the beginning if you don't want to wait through all the trailers. But yet, in this situation, I had to be there at 9:32, which I wasn't, so then it didn't work, and it was just really annoying. I think as long as you show up before the movie actually starts playing, you should be able to go in. Even if you're late, fuck it. Even if you're late, you should be able to just show up like 20 minutes late and still go in without having to like redo the whole process. Another feature that is a bit disappointing is that MoviePass only offers showtimes for standard 2D formats. So no IMAX, no 3D, no any other special whatever else they have. On their website, they claim that there will be access to IMAX and other premium formats in the future. But honestly, MoviePass doesn't have a great track record, so I'm not really going to believe that until I actually see it in action. Now, the only other core feature of MoviePass that I do find very exciting and unique compared to all the other ones is that you can go to over 4,000 theaters nationwide. You can go basically anywhere that takes credit cards, which is any theater, and it should work. That is a really cool feature if you're somebody who travels a lot for work, or you're always bouncing around to different places, or, some days you want to go to this chain, but other days you have a reason to go to a different movie chain. That's a pretty cool feature. I do like that. Another big L in the convenience category is the fact that once you subscribe to MoviePass, you have to wait 10 to 15 business days to even get the MoviePass debit card, which has the money or the credits preloaded onto the card. So you subscribe and then you just gotta wait for, not forever, but in this day and age, 10 to 15 business days seems kind of unreasonable now. Like, I just wish you could scan the app because, as we'll mention in just a moment, some of these other services, You request your ticket in the app, you go in, they scan your phone, and boom, like that's it. In terms of the app experience itself, it's fine. The UI is not great. It's literally just like a wall full of pictures of each movie, and there's really like not a whole lot of information, and you can't reserve tickets days in advance. So let's say it's, Monday today and I want to go to a movie on Thursday night. I can't do that. You have to do it the day of and then show up within 2 hours. So that's just not that convenient either. One other thing I read on the MoviePass website that is just not a good sign is it says, please note that the staff at the theater cannot assist if you run into any issues checking in. You can reach out to our support team directly in the app and a live agent will be there to help. I want to give MoviePass the benefit of the doubt, but like I said, with such a bad track record, the fact that they're just flat out saying the staff at the theater cannot help you and you have to then reach out to support@moviepass.com, I just have a feeling that that would not be a seamless interaction, and I don't think it would be fast. I've read some stuff on Reddit of people saying that the experience with trying to get assistance on their account was just really not great. I think that's one of the downsides of having a subscription service that is separate from the theater company themselves, because like they're literally just telling you like, hey, if you run into issues, that sucks. Nobody can fucking help you. So just send us an email. Like, man, I don't know. If I was like driving 25 minutes to a theater and then it doesn't work and then I have to send an email and then I miss my showtime because I'm waiting for a response, that would like really annoy me. So things aren't looking great so far, but let's take a look at the perks. There are a couple of unique perks. The big one I already mentioned earlier, which is that you can go to any theater nationwide. So that's really exciting. They have a promo going on right now that I just saw where if you sign up, you get a whole month's worth of credits free. So you kind of get like double the credits for your first month. That's cool, I guess. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe people do that for a month and then test it out and decide whether or not it's worth it for them. And probably the coolest and most compelling feature, in my opinion, is the fact that they have rollover credits. So if you're really busy a particular month and you don't go to the theater, or maybe you just didn't see any movies that you wanted to go see that month, all those credits will roll over for up to 2 months. So overall, MoviePass seems fine. I think there's some really interesting aspects to it. They are still in beta, so I'm sure a lot of the pricing and different things will change before it becomes fully launched to the public. But right now, I don't see MoviePass being the best bang for your buck. Next up, let's take a look at AMC Stubs A-List. I am a little biased because I've been using this one for over a year, probably a year and a half now. I actually just canceled it temporarily while I use MoviePass, but I don't really have any complaints about AMC A-List. We will dive into all the details in a moment, but just know that I'm biased because there's an AMC really close to where I live. The pricing is worth it for me, and the whole experience is just really easy. So let's talk about it. For AMC Stubs A-List, there are 3 tiers. There's $19.95 a month, which is available in 34 states. It is not available where I live, so the next tier is $22.95 a month. That's available in 45 states, which is available where I live, so that's what I pay. And then there is $24.95, where you can see movies in any state. So if you want to pay $2 more a month, you can go and see movies at any AMC in any state. In order to make this subscription worth it, you have to see 2 movies in a month. Because as I said, where I live, movies range between $12 and $17 per movie. So literally, if you see 2 in a month, you save money by having the subscription, which is pretty great. What I love is that you get up to 3 movies per week. You can pick any movie in any type of theater, any day. There are no blackout dates. There's no service fees when you reserve your tickets online. You can reserve your seats online through the app with no additional fee. And you can also reserve tickets any day in the future. Like as soon as tickets for a movie become available, you can go on and reserve a seat for opening night. So I really did not intend to sound like an AMC shill, but I realized that that spiel just sounded like I was. That's honestly just because I love AMC A-List. I have had no complaints with it, and it's great. Your 3 movies per week resets every Friday. I calculated that if you were to see 3 movies every week per month, which most people obviously will not do, but if you were to push it to its limit, you're getting each movie ticket for $1.91. Obviously, most people have a life and will not be doing that, but even still, if you see 2 movies in a month, it pays for itself. Like, you're already saving money because movie tickets are so goddamn expensive. It's extremely easy to use in the app. You can sort by theater or by movie. You can actually schedule your 3 weekly movies in advance if you want. So you could kind of book one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday, one on Saturday, and you're set. Like, they're waiting for you on the day of. They're right there in the app. They also have another feature, which I just learned about. I somehow didn't know this, but they have a thing called A-List Entourage, where you can reserve tickets with other A-listers by inviting them to join your group or your entourage, and you can get tickets for each other, like side by side from the app. And then, so then when you show up, if you guys all have the membership, you're already good to go and you're right next to each other. So it's just a really convenient way to book tickets for a group. Anecdotally, in my experience, I just want to praise AMC for how seamless and useful everything has been. Like, there's never been a time where I get annoyed with how the process works. For me, $23 a month is something that I, prioritize for my entertainment. Like, I feel totally fine paying that every month for what I get. Next up, let's take a look at the perks and rewards with AMC A-List. So AMC has a point system where every $1 you spend is 100 points. So essentially, once you spend $50 on either food, drinks, or, the little obscure collectible items and stuff that are sometimes available for movie premieres, and you can then redeem that for $5 off, you're essentially getting 10% off on food, drinks, and all the miscellaneous things. I'm gonna be honest, this does not affect me in the slightest. I am super stingy. I don't buy shit at the movie theater. I don't buy popcorn or candy or drinks. I bring my trusty water bottle, and that's it. I've learned that I'm not going to spend $17 for a bottle of water and a small popcorn. Like, I'll just eat before or after. I don't need food during it. But some other small perks are free refills on popcorns if you buy a large or reusable one. There's Discount Tuesdays, where if you get extra tickets, like I said, on top of the tickets that you get as part of your A-List subscription, you get them for cheap. Oftentimes it's only $5 where I live, but those Discount Tuesday prices can vary depending on where you live. And you get a nice little birthday offer where they give you a large popcorn and drink for free, both of which I don't really care for. Overall, best bang for your buck. I will say AMC Stubs A-List is probably the best, but depending on your lifestyle, where you live, what theater chain you prefer, these other 2 that we're about to talk about may be better. Next up, Regal Unlimited. The main appeal and key value prop for Regal Unlimited is, quote, the only truly unlimited movie subscription pass. So in terms of pricing, there are 3 tiers. There's $18.99 a month or $227.88 per year. That's your standard Regal Unlimited, which gives you access to over 200 Regal theaters nationwide. The second tier is $21.99 a month or $263.88 per year. That's called Unlimited Plus, and you get access to over 400 theaters. And the third tier is $23.99 or $287.88 per year, which is called Unlimited All Access, and you get access to over 450 movie theaters nationwide. So instead of each tier giving you different amounts of credits or different amount of movie tickets, Regal doesn't work like that. Instead, each tier just gives you access to more Regal theaters around the country, which is a little weird. I don't love it because in my state, there isn't even a single theater available for the cheapest tier. So it basically doesn't exist. So you have to pay the next tier up, which is $21.99 a month. You might notice when we compare the price of Regal Unlimited versus AMC A-List, it actually seems to be a little bit cheaper than the $22.95 a month for AMC Stubs A-List that I pay. But if you don't read the fine print, you'll get a little bamboozled, because if you want to reserve a ticket online through the app or on the website and you want to pick your seat ahead of time, you have to pay between 50 cents and 75 cents for a, quote, convenience fee, which is so fucking stupid, because I'm already paying you $22 a month to have a subscription for unlimited movies. And so then if you want to pick your seat, they're going to charge you 50 to 75 cents. Like, what? And that's for every single ticket. So if you go to 3 movies in a week and you want to pick your seat on the app before, you have to pay like $1.50 extra, which would then make it more expensive than AMC A-List. Now, if you don't care where you sit, you don't have to pay the convenience fee online. You can just go to the kiosk or the box office at the theater and then pick your seat there. But like I said, with MoviePass, if it's a really busy night or it's an opening weekend and you go to the theater and you're not there early, your only options might be like a super shitty front row seat or something, which just really blows. And if you haven't been cucked enough already, listen to this. You will also have a surcharge for any premium format. So if you want to see IMAX or 3D or any of the other ones that I can't think of right now, you will have to pay another additional surcharge on top of the convenience fee that you're paying in the app. It's not a lot of money. As far as I'm aware, it's around $1 to $3, depending on where you live. But once again, it's such a shitty feeling paying extra money on top of a subscription fee that you're already paying every month. I don't know, man. It just kind of sucks. You will also have to pay a surcharge if you want to go to a Regal theater that doesn't fall under your particular tier that you're paying for. So if the local Regal near you is not one of the 400 Regals nationwide that fall under that particular tier, you'll have to pay an additional upcharge to go see a movie at that Regal theater, which is, once again, so stupid. And you gotta just love the little notes in the fine print, like this one where it says, quote, Regal may change any surcharges at any time in its sole discretion with or without notice to you. There's a lot of back-to-back L's right now, I'm not gonna lie. Another surcharge is for premium seating. I could not find anything on the website of what qualifies premium seating, but from what I'm reading online, if you want premium seating, you also will have to pay an additional fee. The biggest, most exciting feature of Regal Unlimited is that you truly do get unlimited movies. There are no blackout dates. There's no limit to the amount of movies you can see in a single day. So you really could watch like 4 movies in a day at Regal, which is nuts. But so pricing and features aside, in terms of perks and rewards, you get 10% off all non-alcoholic food and drinks, a free large popcorn and soft drink gifted to you on your birthday. Both of those are the exact same as AMC. One thing that is unique to Regal is that there are early access to new movies with Regal Unlimited screenings. So from my understanding, there are special screenings that you can get tickets to as part of your membership that are only available for Regal Unlimited members. And that's really cool, especially if it's something you want to see early or something that might be sold out on opening night. There are also sometimes opportunities to bring along a friend for free on select showings. Overall, Regal Unlimited is worth it if you are an absolute diehard movie fan, or if you're someone who works in the industry and, you know, has to or wants to see as many movies as possible. This would probably be worth it because you're not limited to only 3 a week or X number of credits per month. However, the limitations on the formats that you can go see and all of the extra fees if you want to pick a good seat ahead of time really just suck and kind of damper the whole thing. Right now, I would still say AMC is probably the best, but if you live in an area where the cheapest $18.99 tier of Regal Unlimited does have theaters in your area, then it might actually be worth it. Moving on to the 4th and final of the big 4 movie theater subscription services, we have Cinemark Movie Club. The pricing for this one is really unique because there's only one tier, and that is $11.99 per month or $131.89 per year, where you actually save $1, so it's $10.99 a month if you pay upfront for the whole year. Unlike all of the previous subscriptions I've been talking about, with Cinemark Movie Club, you only get one movie per month. And wait for it, premium charges do apply. Once again, so if you want to go to IMAX or any of the special formats other than 2D, you have to pay an extra fee. So that kind of sucks, but you can get up to 2 extra tickets per transaction with a reduced member rate. So you could get one for yourself and then, 2 friends for a reduced price, which is kind of cool. In regards to convenience, I'm happy to say that with Cinemark Movie Club, you can reserve seats ahead of time, online, or in the app with no additional fees, which is great. I think that is a huge plus. The Cinemark app is pretty intuitive and user-friendly. I like the UI. It's easy to use. And it's also really easy to redeem your tickets once you get to the theater. Similar to AMC, you just show them the app, they scan it, and you're in. For perks and rewards, something that's pretty unique about Cinemark is that if you don't go to the theater for a particular month, that movie ticket does roll over to the next month. If you're a more casual moviegoer and you were busy or you're spending time outside this summer and you didn't go in June, you could go to 2 in July. So I think that's great. You also get 20% off all concessions, and similar to AMC, if you do buy stuff, you get points, which can then later be redeemed for money off. Overall, there's just not a whole lot to Cinemark Movie Club. It's pretty basic and straightforward. This is much more catered towards a casual moviegoer. For a lot of people, 1 movie a month is more than enough. A lot of people go to a movie like 2 times a year. So this is a great deal. Once again, like if you go to literally a single movie, it pays for itself. It's just flat out cheaper to have a subscription for $10.99 or $11.99 per month than it is to just go buy 1 ticket per month. So there you have it. That is a comprehensive breakdown of each movie theater subscription service, at least the 4 biggest ones. MoviePass is super niche right now because a lot of people forgot about it when it went bankrupt, but they're trying to make a comeback right now. Even the movie theater employee was shocked that I had MoviePass. I think for some people who are going to less movies, the Cinemark Movie Club might be great. I think for someone who is a very passionate movie fan, I would say AMC Stubs A-List still seems to be the overall best bang for your buck, in my opinion. I am a little biased because I've used it for like a year and a half and I just really enjoy it. But like I said, there's more niche situations where maybe if you're traveling a lot, MoviePass might actually be best for you. Or if you're going to go to like 1,000 movies a year, Regal Unlimited might actually be the best. So there you have it. If you found this video useful or entertaining, I really would appreciate a like and a comment. You guys should let me know which movie theater subscription you use and why, because I think it would definitely help give some people some context or some information that maybe I missed in this video. But thank you all so much for watching. New videos pretty consistently. A lot of them are film analysis, film reviews, deep dives, stuff like that. So I have a very big and exciting video in the works about realism in film and how every single movie that we watch, even if we think it's realistic, they actually are not realistic at all. And I dive into why exactly that is. That'll be out in a few weeks, whenever I can get it done, because it's going to be quite long. But thank you all so much for watching, and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.